Hello everybody. Today we are stitching on still Queen of Freedom, but as you can see here I have just this section here that needs stitched, and then all of the actual stitching part is done because backstitch is completed on this, and all I will have left to do will be beading. So I'm excited to finish that. This is not going to be a long video today. My husband is currently upstairs sick, and he is sleeping right now, but when he wakes up, he is not a quiet person at all. So I will need to end this and go and not necessarily take care of him, but check on him, make sure he's drinking enough fluids and stuff, and all the fun sick person thing in your house things. So I will have to do that. But Queen of Freedom is almost finished. This all in here, except for there is a little strip of a line here of stitching, is pretty much all white stitching. There was one color here, this color right here. It was, I literally have a little wee tiny sliver of floss left, and I was starting to panic. I was like, uh-oh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. But I did have enough, barely, but I did have enough. So I was pretty surprised that I didn't end up having just enough. And of course it got caught on something, but I did have just enough to finish that out. I think there is one thread of floss left of this color. We're getting close on some of these colors. A white we should be perfectly fine with. There was 3 skeins of white called for on this one. But yeah, we're getting close. I gotta count here to figure out where I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that would be 10. So, and then I got some sort of a fuzzy here. I have Christmas nails. Ooh, ooh. And then there, of course, there's this side where this one here broke really bad. That was the one that I was complaining about last time. It broke so bad. It hurt. It finally doesn't hurt anymore, thank God. But she ain't pretty. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tomorrow we have a long trip down to Pittsburgh and back. Essentially, it's 3 hours there, 3 hours back. So it's a 6-hour trip total, and we'll probably be there for maybe an hour or 2, and then we'll have to drive the whole way back home. Thankfully, forecast looks pretty good for tomorrow, so no worries about any of that. It is for my son Damon. Tomorrow he will go and get, I'm pretty sure I've explained this to you guys a couple different times. Damon had a tumor in his ear. It was a cholesteatoma in his ear, and it wreaked all sorts of kind of havoc, and he has a metal stapes implant in his ear, and it has, this sort of tumor has an 80% chance of growing back. There's, after so many years of it not growing back, it decreases the risk, but there's always that risk of it coming back. So he has to go every single year and have this thing checked out. And it's not going to be any sort of um, big to do or anything. They're also, the longer this implant is in, the more it fuses with all the other bones and things, and it's been 2 years now since it's been implanted, and last year he had an ear infection, so they weren't able to get a accurate, no, the first year that he had it checked, he had an ear infection. Last year they did the test and it had decreased. Some of his hearing had decreased. I don't know the technical terms for it, but it had decreased from the previous year. So, but I guess there's some fluctuation with that. So this year they're hoping to get a very accurate reading on what he can and cannot hear. So hopefully we'll go down and everything will be fine, and we can go on about our merry way. We will see. Although Damon had said like a week ago that ear was bugging him, and I had asked him, you know, like, what do you mean by bugging you? Does it hurt? What's going on? And he's like, yeah, it kind of hurts. And I'm like, hurts like an ear infection, or just like, you know, just the cold weather and changing the pressure and stuff? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, all right, well, let me know, and I will make an appointment with your doctor. If you think you need to go to the doctor, we'll go to the doctor. And he was like, no, I don't think I need to go there. So we've left it go, and he has not said a single thing about it since then. So I'm wondering if it was just the cold air and stuff like that bugging him. And I'm hoping that's all it was. But he goes tomorrow to see his doctor, so hopefully we will go and find out and see. And I'm not comfortable making that large of a jump, because that's 10, that would be 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I should be able to make that. And it comes right off, so 1, see, I missed my spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, and then it didn't push through. Of course not. That's just the way my day is going. It's not a great day today. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Got it this time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, we have a long day tomorrow that we have to deal with. And I'm not super excited because I hate that trip going the whole way down. And then it doesn't, I guess we got lucky because the one bridge that we take to get down there, it collapsed while we were, not when we were currently traveling down there, but thankfully it had collapsed not when, I don't think anybody was injured during that collapse. I don't think it happened while anybody was on the bridge or anything like that, but it's just kind of scary to think that, you know, a bridge collapse that we had traveled, I think we had traveled on it. You guys are going to hear sirens, sorry. It is currently, we currently have freezing rain right now, essentially, and people are stupid and not, I don't live far from the interstate, so people just drive like idiots on there because it's 70 miles to travel on our interstate, and then it states like constantly that if there's any bad weather or anything, because it's a very twisty turny part of the interstate, and it's I live at the base of the mountain, so people don't pay attention and they end up crashing. I mean, it's not unnormal for us to have unfortunately car pileups and stuff, which won't surprise me none if here in a half hour or so I also have helicopters flying over my house to get to the hospital. But it is what it is. I'm excited to get this Queen of Freedom stitched, but I was telling you guys about that bridge collapsed, and it was during the time frame where we were traveling back and forth to Pittsburgh a lot. I think for me and my son at that point in time, and that a bridge had collapsed, but it wasn't a day that we were traveling there or to or from there, so that was nice. But it still kind of freaks me out knowing that a bridge had collapsed. And that's kind of, I don't know, it's just a creepy thing to think about, that it collapsed and there's not anything you can do about it. So we have a busy day like that coming, and tomorrow's just going to be a busy day. And I'm all snug and warm with all my blankies, and I have my puppy. I don't know if you can see her. Let me see. I'll move the light. There she is. There's my Stitchy pal. It's my Cam. Her sitting here. She's taking a nap while Mommy's stitching. Theo is not sitting with me for once, and that's because Dad's home. And when Dad's home, Theo shoved up his butt. So I woke up with an extremely bad headache that was trying to turn into a migraine, and I took my cocktail of medications to keep it at bay, and then I went upstairs because I'm recording this at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally I record first thing in the morning, but I woke up and my head was pounding, and my husband went up to, well, first he went to Q-Care to see if they could do all the testings there and make sure it was nothing serious, not the vid related or anything else going on, because he had he says he has really bad body aches. So he called in and called off from work today, and they told him, you better go make sure it's not the vid and all that fun stuff. So he went to Q-Care first, and then of course they were closed today for some weird reason, so he had to go to the emergency room instead. But I guess at least it didn't seem like it was really busy. I don't know if you can hear that, but my husband is now awake. And they ran all the tests and everything. It's not that. They think it's just some sort of viral flu that's going around. So thankfully it's not that, because I was like, oh, if you have that, and then we'd have to, rearrange travel and everything for Damon and I to go down to Pittsburgh, and it would have just been a nightmare, to be honest. But thankfully it's not that, and I'm hoping by him A lot of times when he's sick, like, he'll just go and, hi, Theo. Hi, buddy. There's Theo. There's Theo. Daddy, wake up. Disturb you out of your seat. Okay, lay down. Okay, come on, lay down. Get into your spot. There you go. Lay down. And, it just would have been a nightmare to do all this, to rearrange everything. But anyways, my husband, usually when he's sick, he'll, like, I don't know how he does it, but he'll, like, go lay down and, like, sleep. And he'll sleep for, like, ever. And then he'll wake up and he's fine. And I'm like, I wish. I'm not that freaking lucky. At all. But I don't have long to stitch with you guys now because he's going to eventually come down these stairs. And he's not a quiet person whatsoever. And it would figure the moment that I decide, all right, it's time to get everything else done, let's start stitching, and he's awake. Okay, how many of these do I need? 1, 2 of them. Hopefully I put that in the right spot. I guess I'll find out whenever I add all the other colors around it. I could have stitched all of this white, but I just feel like if I color complete all these and I get all the other colors done, then all I have is this big swash of white to complete. And I'll be finished with all the other colors except for white. And I feel like that's pretty good progress. I think we'll start there. We'll start here and work our way down and do the gold tassel down here. Sorry, Theo. I didn't mean to bump into you. Poor little guy. It's kind of chilly out. This way he keeps my lap nice and warm. Keeps me all kinds of nice and snug and warm, huh? I'm gonna close that so it quits shifting on me. There we go. And then go down by 2 here. 1, 2. I don't really have much to tell you guys today. There's not really much to tell you. Not much has happened. I had Vinny Friday for a few hours until his gram got off work. And we were at Grandma Joanne's and we turned on the Disney movie Cars for him, and he actually behaved pretty good. I had to help my friend Coral. She's a dog trainer and groomer, and she needed help with grooming the lady that usually bathes her dogs for her. I don't remember what happened, but something happened, so I had to go up there and help do that. You know, bathes dogs that really don't want to be bathed and are not happy with me whenever I have to dry them, and some of them get a little, their patience grows thin. A lot of people are like, oh, they're aggressive, and I wouldn't call them aggressive. They're just, you know, not happy with the situation. I don't really blame them, but I wouldn't be happy with the situation either. But it's not a fun time, especially whenever they're... Most of the time they nip at the hose, but these ones are actually trying to get me this time. But, and then we had one dog who is this giant golden doodle. I think it was golden doodle. I don't know. He's giant. He's like, oh, he doesn't do very great with everything, but, you know, he won't try and bite you or anything. But, well, this dog loved me. And I was like, I don't know why he loves me, but, you know, if I moved an inch, especially while she was grooming, I had to stay right with her while she was grooming because he kept on trying to get to me. And he was just an interesting little guy. Well, big guy, he was not little whatsoever. But, he just really liked me, and he gave me no trouble at all bathing him, other than the fact that he kept on wanting to give me hugs, which means, and because of how large he was, by the time I was done bathing him, I was soaked, to say the least. I was drenched head to toe, and water, and then soap, and then everything else in between, just because, you know, he just wanted to give me a hug the entire time. And this needs tightened. Let's see if I can shorten this a little bit. There we go. That's better. So yeah, I mean, it was not a bad weekend. We were hoping this past weekend that we were going to be able to get in there and start sanding everything and getting everything cleaned up, but my friend Coral, who's the dog groomer, her back ended up going out this week. So her husband Jedediah, who is usually helping us mud, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had to go and help her do that stuff, so he wasn't able to get to our house as much. Although the entire upstairs has all the second coat on and stuff, and as long as everything looks good, we should be able to start sanding up there and get everything cleaned. And hopefully we can sand everything and get everything cleaned up and ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more set of these. And that will be 6. I did get everything pulled out for all of our Christmas, so we are officially decorated for Christmas now. The Christmas tree is up, the stockings are hung, all the other decorations are out and ready to go. So that is finished now. I just want to make sure there should be 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I counted correctly. So that is that. Furnace just kicked on, so you guys are going to hear that, and I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about it. But it is what it is. We got everything from Santa ready. Everything's ready to go. I just have to finish waiting for everything to come in so we can I can wrap it all. It's easier for me to do it because all the kids will still be at school and they're at school while my husband's at work, so it's just easier for me to do it all. Oh, man. I keep bumping him with my rolled up felt up there. Move this some so you guys can see the bottom of it here. Oh, I better mark this stuff off or I'm going to get lost on what I'm doing. All of this is complete. And these. Got an itch, Theo. Is that better? I scratch it for you, buddy. Hopefully. What in the world is going on with this? Everything straight and back out here. Just pull that thread out. It was kind of all screwy there. Fixed it. That's all that matters. Get all this done. Hopefully I can get this done. Get everything edited today. And then while we go and are at Pittsburgh, I can have this all uploading to YouTube. Get all that stuff done. Hopefully have an easy few days. Alright, something is whistling. It's got to be coming from the furnace, and I hope it's not the dang fan on the furnace, because if it is, I'm going to be mad, because we just installed both of those furnaces in 2020. So that's going to have to be something my husband checks on, because it doesn't usually make that sound. And it just sounds like a bearing in the fan. Of course, it's right around Christmas time. Nothing goes smooth. Why would everything go smooth? Yep, definitely it's something to do with the furnace blower, because now that that's off, I don't hear it. And that would be 1, 2. Hopefully you guys can see all this all right. Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'll pull you guys over this way a little bit. That's a little better. It's not as close up as I can usually get you guys. Let me see if I can do that. Good enough. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get her. Nope, that snuck down not a hole. I split a thread there. Did I just do it again? Alright, I'm just gonna have to pull the thread because that's not sitting right. Things are not cooperating today. Let's try that again. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 there. It looks like actually 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 7. 7. I don't know what else to talk to you guys about besides she is almost finished. Everything down there is stitched all down below. Like I said, it's literally just this little section right here that needs finished, and she will be done. I'll be glad when she's finished this time. But yeah, Damon goes to his ear doctor's tomorrow, and then Abby goes to her knee doctor. No, she goes to her eye doctor this Friday. She goes to her knee doctor, I believe it's next Tuesday. Always fun. Like I said, I have a bunch of doctor's appointments coming up, which is why I was just like, we'll just do a travel project. So that way, if anybody touches that sucker, it doesn't matter. If my hands aren't perfectly clean, it's okay. It'll get washed. And it is what it is. But I can hear my husband upstairs with a different video that he's watching, and I don't know if you guys can hear it. So I'm just going to end this video here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.